Welcome to the Saturday Haul Show, guys. I'm not going to dilly-dally around today because we got a lot of stuff to get through. Uh, had a pretty good day today, I think, and I'm really excited to announce that I think I'm breaking into clothing now. I'm expanding my horizons. I think I did a little studying, and I think I've kind of developed an eye for what's popular, what's hot, what people want to buy. Uh, Let me know what you think. This is one of the first pieces of clothing I bought today. I think it's pretty classy. Little shirt by Bella. I think that's going to be a good seller for me. Um, this is after a lot of research. I came up with these ideas for clothing, guys and gals. And this is the other one that I found. So, actually, of course, I'm joking. I'm not really breaking into clothing, at least not yet. But this one, a couple of very tasteful shirts. This one is from a Renaissance fair. Whenever I was talking to the lady that was selling them, I had both of them, and I asked her how much, and she said 50 cents, and she told me that she would really like to get them out of her life. So, uh, and they're both in excellent condition. They may have never been worn, but she did say that was this was from the Renaissance fair. I didn't see any Renaissance fair on this, so I didn't get the story on the their real and their spectacular shirt, and then get to hear how that came to be. But anyway, moving on, and we got some fun stuff today. I think this is a stack of chess books. I'm not going to go through all the titles. I paid 25 cents a piece. I looked up half of them on Amazon FBA, and they're all losers there. So I paid $2 for the stack. If they continue to look like losers, I'll just make a lot of them and sell them on eBay. Because chess books are popular. And I'm not joking, they really are. I mean, people are willing to pay a little money for chess books. So these are some really good deals here and some potential nightmares. This is Office Professional 2010, and it's got, hide it, I don't want anybody to screenshot that. It's got the license key and the install media and the manuals and all that good stuff. Paid $2 for this. This is the retail version. If you had an OEM version of this software, more than likely it's going to be an operating system, which I have here, Windows 7 Professional. And same deal, I've got the license key and all that stuff. And I paid $2 a piece for these. But yeah, on the operating system, I haven't sold an operating system in a little while, maybe a few months. I think it's still the case that if you have an OEM version, you have to sell it with a piece of hardware. And if you look, a lot of eBay sellers will sell OEM software from Microsoft with like a broken hard drive and has this hard drive to get around that little stipulation. Not sure if there's any kind of Vero VERO problems with this stuff. I've never personally encountered it, but I have read about it. But I'm not sure if that was always with the OEM versions or not. Actually, I think like maybe 10 years ago, I tried selling an OEM install disk for like Windows 98 SE or something like that, and I think I may have had a little trouble, but haven't had any trouble lately, and I've sold quite a few offices. Uh, this is just a Nikon 28 to 80 Nikkor. I don't even know how to say that. Lens. Just a little. I think it's like a kit lens, which just means it's a very basic lens that comes with the camera whenever you buy it. So I mean, it's all plasticky and uh, a lot. I don't know about this one, but a lot of times even the lenses themselves will be plastic and not super high performance, but still pretty good. Still way better than most point and shoots. But anyway, I paid $5, and it should go for I did a quick look, and look, guys, before I sell this stuff, just to let y'all know, if I tell you I think something's worth like, by the way, it's kind of scatterbrained. Sorry, these are worth like 70 and 80, but 150 total. Um, But whenever I tell you what something's worth in these videos, it doesn't always mean that's exactly what I'm going to sell for, because I haven't done all my research yet. It may be more or less. Sometimes I see the stuff's worth more. Sometimes I see it's worth less. Worth less. So I do want to thank you guys, though. A couple of you did mention the little plug and play game that I kind of wrote off as not very valuable from the last video. The little Namco, I think it was Namco Miss Pac-Man or something like that. One of those plug and play games. A couple of you guys mentioned they do pretty well on Amazon FBA, and I looked, and they do. They do better there than they do on eBay, and I'll have it out of my life and ship it out of here. So I should be getting another shipment going Monday, and that'll be in there for sure. So yeah, 25 to 30, I think, for this kit lens here, and I paid $5 for that lens. This is an excellent deal. I haven't seen it work yet, but she was only charging $2. It's TI-83 Plus, clean battery compartment. I checked. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. 83 Plus there. I can't remember what we're getting for those right now. 35, maybe a little more with school starting right now. Maybe get a little jump up. But school's always starting somewhere, so I don't think you ever really see much of a downturn in that market. Not much. Now this is really neat, guys. This is a TI 1450. I'll pull it out. What the heck? This is. I'm not gonna plug it in or power it up. This is an old school calculator. It's got the red LEDs instead of LCD display. Really neat, really neat. Very basic functions. Just basic arithmetic and stuff. Comes with a leatherette case. Comes with the manual. Comes with original box. And it even comes, I like this part, because it's going to be sold to a collector, obviously. It comes with the original receipt. And it looks like they paid $15.95 for the calculator. And it says BATT here, I think. $1.79, maybe that's batteries. And then I even have a date of 12/10/76. Maybe that was a Christmas present for somebody. 76 would have, wow, that's 40 years ago. That's almost 40 years ago. 39 years and some odd months ago. And I did power it up. It comes with an official Texas Instruments AC to DC power converter. So, or transformer, whatever you want to call it. So that's really neat. If you look up these TI 1450s, the last one I saw that sold was like 55, 60 bucks, somewhere in there. So I think I might have hit on a winner on this one. This was $5. And the only really issue I have with this is it looks like this, whatever adhesive was being used over the years is dried up. So I've got some good glues, not super glue, but this other stuff that's not quite as, it won't like break down the plastic, but I can just put a bunch of little dots on them like with a toothpick. It'll be fine. And then the only other issue is the Velcro came detached right here, so I don't know if that's a big deal or not. I think that the receipt showing the date of purchase and the amount it costs and all that, I think that'll add a little something to it for a collector. I know I would like to have it if I was a calculator collector. But it looks really cool when you power it up. I'm not going to do it for sake of brevity, but when you power it up, it's got that really cool red glow, which it's got a lot more character than today's calculators. Okay. All right. Oh, uh, I bought an iPhone today, and I'm not crazy about buying these. It's cracked. This is an iPhone 5C with a really worn out case. Trying to get it out of there. It's whatever this color is called. Is it called salmon or something? I don't know. I got glass falling off of the damn thing. So the thing is, like, I don't know if the screen is cracked. I mean, with these things, you got to have a clean IMEI. Maybe it works. I mean, the screen's not cracked real bad, so I think there's a good chance it could work. And then the next question is, does it have a clean IMEI? Meaning, can it be activated? And the next question is it iCloud activated, activation locked? I mean, those are two things that'll just, you know, almost obliterate the value right there. So you don't want to get into these things too deep, especially if you haven't seen them power up. Now, absolute worst case on this phone will sell for about $20. That's if you say you can't activate it. It's 4 parts. They'll use it as like a donor phone to repair other phones using maybe not the logic board, but the camera and other parts like that. Maybe the case and stuff. So anyway, I don't know what I have here, but I paid $5 for it. So it might be they know it. They already knew it was bad. This is a questionable purchase. I'm not going to take it out. I kind of regret it already. It's a Bell and Howell slide projector. It's not a movie camera. It's a slide projector. And it also came with these, which maybe these could have some value on their own. These are like the trays for this that you put slides into. They're just storage trays. So I don't know. Maybe these can have some value. I was really hoping whenever I got into this slide stuff or slide projector stuff that I was going to have some slides, because I've heard some slides can go for pretty good money, especially if you have slides of like young ladies from the 60s or 70s posing or something like that. Then I have, what the heck is this? Oh, this goes with the Bell and Howell thing. Manual slide changer. So I guess that's how you rack in a new slide and change them. So that must go with that piece of equipment. So I don't really know that much about slides, but I'll learn a little bit. Also, with that stuff came this Argus previewer. So I don't really know. Oh, press here to remove. Here we go. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, so there's a light and then it shines through, and then it's like you can see the image on a little TV there. So like a TV screen. Sorry guys, I know this video is turned into watching me fumble fart around with that, but okay. So yeah, they wanted 10 for that, all that slide stuff, and offered 5, and I ended up paying 7. So, whenever I take a chance on stuff, I'm not going to get hurt too bad at all. Then I bought, this is from a rummage sale. I don't know how many, it looks like probably about 10 to 12 of these. They're basically just phone jacks. Double phone jacks. They're all brand new in package. And I could tell they actually came, this is the brand that the phone company used when I worked there like 16 years ago. These Subtle brand. So I already knew it. whenever I bought it, I said, whoever had these must have worked at the phone company. And she said, yeah, I did. So I was like, yeah, you're busted. You stole. Um, but it went to the church, so that's fine. Okay, that's all in that box. And please let me know what y'all think about those shirts, because I'm sure especially this one will probably get me either some humorous or maybe even some scorn. I'm definitely not trying to make any kind of political statements or anything. I just thought it was somewhat humorous. Hopefully, you guys have a good sense of humor too. Okay, Furby Boom. I don't want to fool with this thing. It's in good shape, I promise. I don't want to fool with it though, because it's not activated right now. My youngest daughter has one of these things, and man, they are a pain in the butt. They're hard to shut off. Yeah, I paid $5 for this. I didn't look it up first. It's probably like a $20 to $25 kind of item, unless I look at Amazon FBA. Maybe it's a little more there. The box isn't in great condition. It's okay. It is used, but it does work. So this, and I'm saving the best thing for last, so stick around. This is something I've had before. This is an old, just a vintage backgammon set, and it's in pretty good shape. It's not quite as good as the last one I had, but it looks like it was probably a little higher quality to begin with, and I think it might be a little bigger too. I don't know. So I paid $5 for this, and man, it was pretty sad because it was an estate sale. It was run like by the family, but it was very awkward and strange and sad because there was a lady sitting in the living room, an older lady. Her head was like completely bald, and it was clear that she was going through chemotherapy and probably didn't have a lot longer. And it was her house, and some living arrangements were changing. I don't know if she was going to hospice or some kind of inpatient care or what was going on, but it was her house, and all of her stuff was leaving right in front of her, and it was just really sad. I didn't know if I was part of that family. I think I would have found some way to give her a little distance from that if it had to be done right then, or maybe that was just her choice. If that's her choice, then so be it. But it's sad. And we got to remember, a lot of times when we go into these garage sales and estate sales, it's not always something sad, but a lot of times there's some significant life change that's happened to make people want to get rid of stuff. Whether it's a marriage, like two families coming together and need to get rid of stuff, or maybe it's a divorce. Maybe the people lost their job and need money. Maybe somebody died. It's always, boy, a lot of negative things there, except for the marriage. But anyway, moving on. Here is a JVC cassette deck make offer. I made an offer of $5. And I did something a little different because the last few times I've been buying these decks at garage sales, I wasn't testing them, and I was running lucky for a while, and they were working. And then I ran into a little stretch where I was having quite a few not work. And every time they wouldn't work, the issue would be that they just wouldn't turn. Whenever you hit play, it just simply wouldn't turn. So all I did with this one, I just plugged it in and had a tape in there. I hit play. I watched it turn. Put it in the other deck. Watched it turn, and I moved on. I think if you actually see the mechanism functioning like that, I think you probably increased your odds greatly that the overall thingamajig is going to work. Because I think that's the mechanical part is part that is most likely to go bad. And you're also testing out like the power supply. So let me show you this beast. Oh, get ready for this one. This is potentially one of the better things I've found lately. not potentially, it is one of the better things. This is a, sorry, the light is going to go kind of wonky here. This is a 2007 Intel dual core iMac, and it's a 24 incher. It's pretty big. I mean, I think now they make the 27s, but this thing is massive. It's 24 inches, and it came from a doctor's office, and they said the hard drive was removed. I have not verified that. Now, I did try and boot it up just now. It came up with that that crazy Apple chime that that happens when you start up, and then it went to the Apple screen, and there's just like a little waiting circle going below. And I heard the DVD drive kind of grind like it was looking for something. So there's just no operating system. I don't know for sure or not if there's a hard drive yet physically installed. Excuse me. So definitely what I'm going to do is get a hard drive, put in the thing, put an operating system. It can run the latest version of OS 10. And I'm going to see what kind of memory and hard drive configuration I might want to upgrade it, because I've seen this model, even though it's 9 years old, some people are still getting anywhere from, I've seen prices on these complete with keyboard, mouse, everything up to par, anywhere from $275 to a high of $400. So I'm going to have to kind of take a look and see, maybe I want to put a few dollars into it and get it up closer to that 400 level. If I could do that by spending 60 to 80 bucks, it might be worth it. I've only got 20 into it so far, which was excellent buy. I couldn't pass it up for 20, even not working at all. That's a good price point to buy electronics when they're not tested. Is you want to buy it at a price point where even if it doesn't start up, I can still sell it as is, parts only, whatever, and still make a profit. So I'm kind of sad though, because I know I'm going to sell it, and I really want an iMac for my own personal use. I'm actually using a MacBook Air right now, and I love it. It's really nice, but I would really like an iMac better, especially for video editing. Have that a lot of screen real estate. But anyway, so this is a TI 80. Oh, it's an 86. Okay, I thought it was an 83. It's a TI 86, not plus. No cover on this. So I asked her if she would take 3, and she said yes. So I didn't actually see this calculator work. The battery compartment's clean. There are some old batteries in it. I think this probably, I was assuming this was going to be a, when I looked it up earlier, I did TI 83. This is 86. But the TI 83, not plus version, it looked like it was about 20 bucks. So I would assume this is probably somewhere around there too. We'll see. Okay. This is simply a Nikon battery charger, and I actually have a Nikon digital camera that I'm hoping this will fit up on my shelf here. That's worth about $40 to $50. And I never have gotten around to ordering a charger for it, and I saw this one for $1, so I bought it. So if it doesn't fit, I can still sell this for probably 10 bucks or so. All right, finally, last thing I'm going to share with y'all. And this is something I've never seen, either at garage sales or otherwise. This, guys, is an Intellivision 2. I've never seen this before. I've seen the original Intellivision before, but this is an Intellivision 2. I'm not even sure I knew they made it. This looks like just a normal Intellivision cartridge here. It comes with, this came with Burger Time. And the Intellivision games they have these little overlays that go on the keypads, and each game could have like their own little overlay, and you could have like different control schemes based on that. And this comes with the power supply and there's an AV thing somewhere, but I'd still need an RF modulator to be able to use this. So I think I might have one around somewhere. The AV cable is in the system itself. It's just that let's see, it's got these kind of ends on it, and I think I have to put that into an RF modulator. I'm not positive though. To check it out. So yeah, I think that I haven't really looked it up a lot, but I think this Intellivision 2 is probably worth somewhere around $40 or so. We'll see. I'll clean it up and test it, of course. But I thought it was really cool just because I've never seen one like that before. I'm looking around, see if I got anything else. I think that's it, guys. It's been a really been kind of a long week. I mean, last night when I was planning today's garage sale out, it was like, I don't know, 1 a.m. and I was trying to put addresses into Google Earth so I could put my little thumbtacks down and kind of. If you see my first, I think it's my very first video on this channel, I explain how I do it. But I'm sitting there planning my route, and it happened, I think, 5 times. I was typing in a street name, and I fell asleep. And then if I was on the S, my finger just kind of would fall down on the S, and I have S's after the street name when I woke back up. I had to do that 5 times, and finally I got them all in, got my route planned. I got to sleep at about 1:45 or something. So I am really looking forward to getting this video wrapped because me and Seth have a deal going. We have to do one a day. I'm looking forward to getting this wrapped and chilling out the rest of the night and sleeping real late in the morning and not doing much tomorrow. But I will be putting out a video tomorrow though, guys. So I hope y'all had a really good day sourcing, and I will see you guys tomorrow.